What's up, everybody? How is everyone doing today? All right, give everyone a couple seconds. What we're going to go over today is one of 8 variables that we as educators, as fitness instructors, as whatever your title may be that you so choose to call yourself, what we use to manipulate and or control the outcome of what we want to achieve for our students and clients in terms of what their gains would be, their adaptations. All right, so what do I mean? There's 8 variables. We've talked previously about reps, sets, and recovery. There's also weight, exercise order. Today we're going over exercise selection. And what do I mean by exercise selection? Many exercises are very similar in nature, but will offer a different result and or different body response because of the stimuli that each exercise presents. Example, if we're trying to work our lower body, if we do bridges are more specifically targeted for adaptation of the glutes, meaning growing the booty, the glutes. Okay, squats are more perfectly situated to grow the quads. That's why they're called a quad dominant exercise. Romanian deadlifts are more designed for the hamstrings and or will benefit the hamstrings to a greater degree than the quads and or the booty. All of those exercises have essentially, to some degree, varying degrees, the same joint movements, hip extension, knee extension, all right? All of them will have a different result, yet similar result, okay? Then if you add in deadlifts and choose between deadlifts and squats, something that is very close to being the exact same thing, you still may have a different result. You also may have people who say, I like deadlifts over squats, or I like squats over deadlifts, although the movement pattern isn't necessarily different. It's almost the exact same movement pattern. Vertical plane, hip extension, knee extension, a little bit ankle movement. All right. The results can be different. Deadlifts being more hamstring dominant, more booty dominant because of the depth of the force that we produce at the bottom of that movement. Squats aren't necessarily as low on the depth for the requirement of coming up. All right, meaning it's a more quad dominant exercise. So squats would most likely lead to a gain increase in size in quads. All right, see what I'm getting at? Exercises are chosen based on what you're trying to achieve adaptation wise. And although exercises can have the same muscles working, the same joints doing the exact same joint movement, the adaptation can be slightly different, which over time can lead to major differences in the way the body responds. All right. For that reason, choosing wisely and not just randomly saying, hey, I'm going to go do this and I'm going to go do that and this sounds fun and let's go do this instead, is very different than actually choosing based around what their goals are and then having the actual debate in your head saying, well, I know that we're trying to achieve this. Although A is good, B is better. Okay, for example, another example, leg press versus squats. All right, so which one we're going to choose? Leg press, although a great exercise, isn't necessarily the same for achieving overall body strength, owing to the fact that there's more stabilization in a squat. There's the vertical plane aspect of going straight up and down. I know you're not necessarily truly straight up and down in a squat, but you know what I mean with the movement. There is more hip extension because when you're doing leg press, you don't get a ton of hip movement. You get a lot of knee activation movement when you are doing leg press. But squat also has knee activation movement, meaning knee extension, meaning the quads. All right. So by choosing squats over leg press, although there is nothing wrong with a leg press, a squat, generally speaking, will be the wiser choice for someone trying to achieve greater overall strength gains and or quad and hamstring glute development. That's what exercise selection comes down to. Another example, if we're trying to develop the width of our back, lat pull downs, owing to the wider nature of the movement, are better for growing the width of our lats versus close grip rows, which are more for developing the musculature along the spine. Exercise selection becomes very important when determining what our body will be presented with stimuli-wise, which will lead to the result of said adaptation. Okay, specific adaptation to opposed demands, said principle. All right, so give it a stimuli in the best, closest nature of what you're trying to achieve. Your body will respond by improving in that nature. All right, that's why exercise selection is so important, and why you need to understand choosing wisely is possibly one of the most important variables you can manipulate to help you and your students and your clients and everyone you come across, help them achieve their goals. All right, that's all I have for today. You guys go out, be awesome, be amazing. Thank you.